during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier, because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Follow me, stalk me, I don't care. Just get tuned into the show. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. It's great to be with you. Dr. Harris McIlwain is in the studio today. He's in the house. Always shows up. He must have been in entertainment because he always, the show goes on. He shows up, whatever goes on, and he's busy. And he makes his way into the studio. So you'll have a chance, if you have some particular medical question or issue. Dr. McIlwain is a practicing physician in the Tampa Bay area. He's an internist and rheumatologist. And, he's been on my show now a good while. And he always, at least once a month, he appears. And we're always delighted to have him in the studio. I have some things cooked up for him. Boy, you just wait. Some interesting stories that were trending this morning, two of which are not directly about humans, but have an impact on humans. They're about other animals. One that you'll find in New York City, and the other in a more remote part of the world. If you're watching the show, you're going to see that as I'm talking to you, I'm reaching for my glasses. And you can watch the show on Let's Talk Nutrition at letstalknutrition.com. The show does stream every day that we're on. We stream it. It's another way to connect the listener to the show and make the listener a viewer. And that's been working out okay. We're doing all right with that. That audience is growing. The viewing audience for the show is growing. And we're very delighted about that because it's just another way for us to bring the show to you and make it more concrete, less abstract. And I know many of you grew up on radio and you're accustomed to listen to radio. Younger generations are accustomed to listen to radio too, but they like visual stimulation. They want to see it. And streaming is now very popular across different demographics. So we stream the show 5 days a week. The show is syndicated across the U.S. It does play then, because of that, at different times in different markets. You'll have to check your local listings, but you can always watch the show live and listen to it live at letstalknutrition.com on your smartphone, tablet, computer, or if you do a seance, see if you can dial us in that way. You never know. I'm just saying. Boy, there was some interesting stuff going on today. That's one of the fun parts of doing this show. I every morning, early in the morning, long before the sun rises, I'm looking around different sources that I have, trying to find those stories and studies that I think are interesting, but also relative to what we're doing generally in the world of health, wellness, medicine, and then specifically what you may be able to do each day. Now, some of the stories won't apply in terms of what you might want to be doing on a day-to-day basis or not doing, but they're still interesting, and they inform us. They give us a sense of who we are, what we're doing as humans, where we came from. I do a lot of those kinds of stories. I'm always intrigued with those kinds of stories about different cultures, what was practiced in those cultures, and how those practices have carried over into modern times. Just remember, there were no walk-in clinics. There were no Dr. McIlwains walking around for our ancestors. The pharmacy was inside your body, and so was the clinic. That was it. And then the food that the people ate. That was it. And the species survived. So it's all those kinds of things and much more are explored on this show. And the show does not have an ideological bent. It's apolitical, and it's open. We're open-minded. You have to be open. That's my approach, and that's how I like to do it. I feel comfortable with that. Do I have opinions? Yes, I'll express them along the way. And as I pointed out yesterday, there's the journalistic function of this show where I report, and then there's the other portion where you comment, right? That's not journalism. That's commentary. It's different. So, but they get both of those modalities are on the show. Okay, 877-897. That's for those who are new to the show, sort of give you an orientation. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Okay. Where should I start? Start in Manhattan. Do you have that visual? I love Manhattan. Apparently, there are other species of animals that like it too. 3-letter word or 4-letter word will identify the species, and they would be rats. Lots of rats in Manhattan. And if you're watching, you see, if you're watching, you see one going down a grate, one of those grates on a sidewalk, in the tail end of it, a rat. This study is disturbing, not just because they're rats, but you think we were living in medieval times. Why? Because this study, they said it's the first of its kind since the 1920s, where rats in New York City were found. These researchers discovered that they're carrying a species of flea, and I'm not making this up, that is capable of transmitting plague pathogens. You heard me, plague. Would you like some plague with that Starbucks, sir? Among them, 500 plus oriental rat fleas, notorious for their role in transmitting the bubonic plague, also known as the Black Death. That's what they found. They're called oriental rat fleas. This was published in the Journal of Medical Entomology. The lead author was a Dr. Matthew Fry. He's an urban entomologist. Entomologists are people who study bugs. When I was at one point in my career, and I still get calls to do it, I was a trial and jury consultant, and I was working on this one death case, and we hired one of the premier entomologists in the world to work on the case, because I can't get into I can't disclose because I don't have the right to do that. But all I can tell you is that somehow insects were involved in the case. It was a death case. So I worked with this entomologist for a long time, and I got introduced to the world of entomology. That's a whole nother realm. But this guy's an entomologist, a Dr. Fry. And he works at Cornell University's New York State Integrated Pest Management Program. And what do you do for a living? Where do you work? Oh, I work for the New York State Integrated Pest Management Program. Do you now? And what pests are you looking at? Oh, I look at rats. They're carrying these fleas that spread bubonic plague. You want to invite me over to dinner? I don't think so. Come back. I'm going to tell you more about this. I read this and I had to go back and look at it again. And I'm thinking, plague, is it still around? And much to my surprise, it is. Now, I'll fall out of the chair. I haven't asked Dr. McIlwain. Let me ask him now. Don't tell me you ever had a patient walk into your office that had the plague.
No, have not.
Okay, thank God. That's one experience you have not had.
Correct.
That reminds me. I might ask you. I'm going to follow up on that. The plague, rats, fleas, Manhattan. Oh my.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Xenia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Xenia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Xenia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Xenia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Xenia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, collagen, and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you are strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Xenia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Xenia by name. Start taking Xenia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
Hi, I'm Jordan Rubin, founder and CEO of Garden of Life. Oceans 3 was created with a simple premise in mind. Develop a line of premium omega-3 fish oil formulations that met or exceeded the market leader in quality, and then go beyond omega-3 by providing amplified benefits and value to the consumer. Oceans 3 contains ultra-pure, high-potency fish oil, along with astaxanthin and fucoxanthin. Each of these ingredients, when taken individually, have superb benefits. When they are combined into the exciting compound omega-xanthin, they work synergistically to amplify their already amazing benefits. In addition to the synergy of omega-xanthin, Oceans 3 offers unrivaled purity and greater value than the leading omega-3 fish oils available today, making the Oceans 3 family of products the best choice for anyone looking to add a healthy dose of omega-3 fats and a giant dose of extraordinary health to their lives.
Medi-C Plus. The C in Medi-C Plus stands for vitamin C, and the plus stands for lysine. Did you know vitamin C is arguably the most important water-soluble antioxidant in the human body? Or that we cannot produce vitamin C on our own like animals do? We need Medi-C Plus to meet our daily needs. Medi-C Plus provides the body with a high concentration of vitamin C and lysine, which work together to build collagen for optimal heart health. Dr. Gifford Jones, graduate of the Harvard Medical School, developed Medi-C Plus after his own heart attack 16 years ago. With the help of Medi-C Plus, Dr. Gifford Jones is now a healthy 91 years old. But Medi-C Plus is not just for heart health. Medi-C Plus also benefits your immune system, vision, promotes healthy skin, provides support for healthy teeth and gums, healthy joints, and much more. So make Medi-C Plus part of your daily routine and enjoy healthy living. Medi-C Plus at your local vitamin discount center and all fine health food stores. You can also order online at mymedi-c.com or call toll-free at 1-844-871-0069. Are you looking for a product that will aid weight loss both safely and naturally? That will stimulate your metabolism and reduce the absorption of fat from food? Then look no further than Right Way Nutrition. As featured on national daytime health shows, Right Way Nutrition is a premium dietary and nutritional supplement provider who believes the best form of encouragement is results. Right Way Nutrition aims to provide customers with the most superior and effective products available. Right Way Nutrition's 100% pure green coffee bean extract with Svetol does just that. While green coffee bean extract may not be new to the scene, Right Way Nutrition offers a new and improved formula of green coffee bean extract infused with their trademark ingredient Svetol, which is proven to be a vital ingredient for successful weight loss results. Right Way Nutrition provides you with a fast-acting, healthy, effective green coffee bean extract proven to naturally and safely aid weight loss. Your search for the perfect natural weight loss supplement is over. Right Way Nutrition's 100% pure green coffee bean extract with Svetol will help you reach all your weight loss goals.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Well, if you're going to New York City and you don't know anybody there, you might want to inquire where you're staying if they have any fleas. I'm telling you. Apparently, there's some disease-carrying fleas, and they abound in New York City's rats. I'm not making it up. What's so disturbing about this, these fleas have the ability to transmit plague. And Dr. Fry, the entomologist who did this study, said if these rats carry fleas that could transmit the plague to people, then the pathogen itself is the only piece missing from the transmission cycle, end quote. So you might ask, where is the plague these days? Well, it is found in the U.S., particularly in the American Southwest. And that you'll find them, the plague, in squirrels, prairie dogs, and the fleas that they carry around with them. They harbor, infecting around 10 people a year. That's surprising. In other parts of the world, the incidence of plague does run higher. I'm not going to get into all of that, but this is serious business. Dr. Harris McIlwain is with me, and he's in studio. Dr. McIlwain is a rheumatologist and internist, practices in Tampa Bay. Dr. McIlwain, welcome to the show, and it's great to have you on. What do you make of that story?
It's really interesting because you can imagine with the travel we have these days, nationally and internationally, it's not hard to imagine that getting transmitted to New York or to other areas. And the plague isn't something we want to deal with again. For sure. You were telling me during commercial break that you've dealt with some unusual kinds of exotic diseases that your patients show up with, for example. Well, again, because of international travel, the diseases that used to be odd and not very well known have become commonplace and everyday sort of things. In the area in Florida, we have a lot of travelers from the Caribbean and South America, so some of the problems that have to be dealt with are malaria and dengue fever, chikungunya, even yellow fever, and less common problems.
What's chikungunya? What is that?
It's a problem that causes fever. We see it as rheumatologists because it causes an arthritis-related problem with a lot of joint pain and swelling.
What's the vector for that?
It's a mosquito.
Nice.
But it's manageable. Most of these odd diseases are pretty manageable, and the early detection is important.
How do you treat that? You treat the inflammation? What do you do?
Right. We treat the inflammation and supportive care, and people usually do pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. In the 20-some years that you've been practicing medicine, have you had to treat a patient with HIV?
Yes.
Does that, do the patients have to disclose that to you? Are they obligated to disclose that?
Well, they do. That's not usually a problem. Many, of course, don't like to talk about it a lot, but it's pretty matter of fact. And we see many patients who are being treated. Infectious disease specialists often do the actual medication treatment.
Yes.
But with HIV, there are other manifestations, including joint pain and arthritis and muscle pain and weakness that
and so they come
happen
to you as a rheumatologist.
So we see them for that part of it, yes.
I see. As a physician, do you have to approach that patient in your treatment of the patient? Do you approach the patient differently in terms of what you do to the patient?
Not that differently.
Any precautions?
Just the normal precautions, pretty much that you would have with everybody to avoid blood contact and
fluids.
Right.
But if you were to draw blood and things like that, you have to be especially careful then.
Right. But they're all, again, standard kind of protections for the patient as well as for the staff.
I understand. The reason why I bring it up, this is another story that was trending this morning. It's dealing with another species of animal, not rats in New York City that are carrying these bubonic plague type of fleas, but it's gorillas. 2 of the 4 known groups of human AIDS viruses, HIV-1 groups 0 and P, the MNOP, that's how they've named them. Where did they originate? They originated, and I don't know if we have a visual of this story, they originated in western lowland gorillas. This is according to this new piece of research. The scientists in this study did a comprehensive survey of simian immunodeficiency virus, SIV infection, in African gorillas, Dr. McIlwain. When we come back, I'm going to tell you more about this. This is interesting for any number of reasons. And I thought as I was getting prepared to report on the story, I was thinking about the number of times I've talked about HIV on the show over the years, and it hasn't been that often. That's probably a failure on my part. Maybe I should direct more attention to it, but given the state of medicine and whatnot, right, Dr. McIlwain? I mean, it's still a serious disease. It's a serious issue. But
definitely serious and can be devastating. But the treatments now have become quite good, and with early detection and treatment, most patients are doing well.
When we come back, I'll tell you more about these gorillas in the lowlands.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the Digestive Care Company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus, for heart health and more. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition, on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening, whatever you may be doing. I'm reporting on a story. It's rather provocative. It deals with gorillas, and apparently gorilla origins of the last two AIDS virus lineages have been confirmed. Wow. And I was talking with Dr. Harris McIlwain, who's in the studio with me today, about AIDS and HIV. And, of course, AIDS, autoimmune deficiency syndrome, is caused by the human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, which originated in non-human primates in sub-Saharan Africa. So this study was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Now, as it turns out, there's the two strains, HIV-1 and HIV-2. HIV-1 apparently is more virulent and one that's spread most often. But the HIV-1, the virus that causes AIDS, has jumped species to infect humans on at least 4 separate occasions, generating 4 HIV-1 lineages, and they call them groups M, N, O, and P. Previous researchers, they said in the news release from this particular team of researchers, found that groups M and N originated in geographically distinct chimpanzee communities in southern Cameroon, but the origins of groups O and P remained uncertain. So why would I report on this? The fact of the matter is that virus is in the population, right, Dr. McIlwain?
Correct.
And you were telling me during the break that it's not as much of a death sentence as it once was. Why is that?
Well, the treatment is more effective. It's often detected earlier, and the overall care is much better than it used to be.
There's no, I don't know if this is true, there's no single case where somebody's been cured of HIV.
Well,
where they eliminate the virus.
I don't know whether that's been done, but many people are essentially cured by the fact that they're alive and living normal lives.
But you still would have to be concerned about coming in contact with their bodily fluids, blood.
I think you would have to be concerned about that.
Yeah. In other words,
just for normal hygiene and protection.
So if they're in that state, can they infect another person?
Well, that's hard to know because after treatment, it depends on the count, how much virus there is.
I see.
And so they do follow that.
Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about it. I have not talked much about HIV on the show, but my daughter has her PhD in virology. She knows a lot about viruses. She would be able to talk more about it than I can, nevertheless. In Dr. McIlwain's practice as a rheumatologist, he deals with a lot of patients that have osteoarthritis. True?
Correct.
Probably. What would you say? What % of your patient population has osteoarthritis?
Well, osteoarthritis is the most common kind of arthritis. It's the wear and tear arthritis where the cartilage becomes less efficient. It's the one that is associated with, it's not correct, but old people, your grandmother's knees, athletes been injured. That's what the stereotype is. But it's really just wear and tear. It could affect the joints that hold up weight, like the knees, the hips, the back.
If somebody's obese or overweight.
Right. If people who are overweight have a higher chance of osteoarthritis, and not just from the weight, but interestingly enough, when you have a higher weight, the body produces more cytokines, the chemicals that create inflammation, and that causes more arthritis.
I think you'll be encouraged by this next study then that I'm going to report on. The story trended this morning, really yesterday morning, comes out of Manchester University. And it caught my attention because I know the statistics on osteoarthritis. I've reported on this particular health issue many times over the years. Well, turns out there's some good news here. Scientists seem to be getting closer and closer, are you ready, to creating cartilage from stem cells. There may come a day when you will be involved in your practice. I don't know. I mean, maybe that sounds far-fetched to you at the moment.
I think it's not that far-fetched. I think it's coming.
The scientists have succeeded in producing cartilage. And how did they produce it? They produced it from embryonic stem cells that they said in the future could be used to treat painful joint condition called arthritis or osteoarthritis. Apparently, these embryonic stem cells have this capacity to proliferate, right? And can be manipulated to form almost any type of mature cell and offer, they said, the possibility of high volume production of cartilage cells. Dr. Kimber said this work represents an important step forward in treating cartilage damage by using embryonic stem cells to form new tissue, although it's still in its early experimental stages. The study was published in a journal called Stem Cells Translation Medicine, a journal about which I am not familiar. That's the first time I've heard of it. There's so many journals out there. Explain to the listener a stem cell. What is a stem cell?
A stem cell is one of the early cells in our body, and it's called a stem cell because it can be differentiated into other kinds of cells. So the idea is it's kind of a basic cell that hasn't decided completely what it's going to do. And it would be really nice in this case to be able to encourage that to form cartilage. It sounds like it's finally becoming possible.
After 4 weeks, cartilage was partially repaired, and following 12 weeks, a smooth surface, which appeared, I'm quoting, similar to normal cartilage was observed. Further study of this newly generated cartilage showed that the cartilage cells from embryonic stem cells were still present and active within the tissue. These stem cells, Dr. McIlwain, the cartilage that was derived, were implanted into the knee joints of rats. It was an animal study experiment. Can't do this on humans. You're not allowed to do that at this point. So this is because it's in the early stages. So they used the joints in the rats, the knee joints in the rats, and by God, it worked.
Well, you would have to think that's going to grow and become more useful to all of us.
I wonder if I know you're not going to retire for a while. I bet that you think they can put that together in 5 years? Hard to say.
Well, there is some early use in humans, but very limited cases, like when there's cartilage damage to a small area. Mm-hmm. But I think in 5 years we'll probably know more about it.
It's pretty amazing. So you won't have to suffer. There you go. Science. Gotta love it.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace for a good night's rest naturally.
Did you know that the most common form of calcium supplement today is calcium carbonate, also known as limestone? You don't eat rocks as part of your balanced diet, so why would you choose to supplement your bone health nutritional needs with limestone? Our bodies understand and seek whole food sources of nutrition. New Chapter is proud to deliver Bone Strength Take Care, a calcium complex that delivers key bone health nutrients in the form of whole food, not rocks. Bone Strength Take Care also delivers key bone nourishing nutrients, including vitamins D3 and K2. Vitamin K2 is of critical importance as it ensures calcium is placed in the bone where it's needed and stays out of the arteries where it's not. Discover for yourself the whole food bone health alternative to rocks. Bone Strength Take Care, the best-selling natural bone health supplement in America. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Did you know your digestive tract is home to millions of bacteria? Some good, some not so good. And if you want to stay healthy, it's important to make sure that your body is populated with the good bacteria it needs. Probiotic Defense contains 13 of today's most effective friendly bacteria strains, along with other compounds shown in studies to support healthy digestion and immune system function. Don't settle for low-potency, overpriced formulas. Ask for Now Foods Probiotic Defense with the bright orange label. To find a retailer near you, go to nowfoods.com.
What are you doing this month? If you suffer from stiff joints, you can do something special. You could try new Flex Now Joint Formula. Flex Now offers you complete relief in just 1 month or a complete refund. Flex Now is a unique concentration of shea nut triterpenes, the most potent inflammation fighter of any botanical, and it's only when inflammation is reduced that your body begins to heal. Try new Flex Now Joint Formula and make this the month you get rid of stiff joints. Ask for Flex Now at Vitamin Discount Center and other leading natural product stores.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Hi, I'm Kate. I try to eat a healthy diet, but the irony of eating healthy foods, like broccoli or beans, is that even though they're healthy for us, they can still cause occasional digestive upsets. That's why I take a Digest Smart high-potency enzyme with every meal. Digest Smart is from Renew Life, the digestive care experts. It's the first digestive enzyme certified by Izyme, the International Enzyme Testing Program. Each capsule provides a full spectrum of 25 powerful plant-based raw enzymes to break down each major food group, including carbs, fats, proteins, and fiber. Digest Smart enzymes also feature targeted delivery capsules to reach your intestines, where 90% of digestion occurs. Digest Smart promotes more complete breakdown of the foods you eat and optimizes nutrient availability. Plus, it helps ease digestive upsets and supports your overall digestive health. Now that's really smart. Digest Smart is from the makers of Ultimate Flora Probiotics, and both are available in health food stores everywhere.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natural Factors, where great health begins. Right Way Nutrition. Nutrition the right way. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
And we're back. I'm glad you're here, and it's good to be with you. Thanks for stopping by today. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, and you are also watching it, if you are, at letstalknutrition.com. And the shows can be watched or viewed and heard on demand because we archive them. If you want to hear the show on demand, click on Show Schedule. If you want to just watch the show, for sure, it's right on the home page, and you'll see all the video links there. And there's an image, and you'll see my image, and you just click on that, and Take you right there. It's all good. 877-897-8255. That's toll free. 877-897-TALK. Dr. Harris McIlwain is in studio with us today, and I'm always glad when he's here because it gives me a chance to talk about things in a little different way because he is a practicing physician and brings that point of view to the conversation, and I'm always interested in that. Well, today I'm reporting on stories and studies that I think I don't often get the chance to talk about. I didn't, for example, HIV, I have not talked about that. I reported on that. Bubonic plague. Yeah, every day I don't get a chance to report on that. Apparently there's some fleas in New York on these rats that have the ability to transmit the bubonic plague. So I talked about that. And then another theme on the show that I talk about, but it's not, and it's a function of probably the way I produce the show, and that's cancer. And I'm always careful about this because there's so much charlatanism associated with cancer. And I've heard talk show, I won't mention any names or any talk show, but I've heard talk shows where they're talking about cancer and they're too fast and loose, talking about alternative ways and therapies to treat cancer and this and that. Man, you got to be careful when you get into that kind of conversation. You darn well better have some data. So I'm prudent about how I talk about and report on cancer. But this study comes out of the Geisel School of Medicine at Dartmouth. Turns out, and I want to get Dr. McIlwain's take on this, and the news release on the story, they were talking about how despite the fact that there's a sharp increase, and despite sharp increases in spending on cancer treatment, cancer mortality rates in the United States have decreased only modestly since 1970. Lord knows you hear cancer campaigns to raise money. And so what they're noticing is that there's not a direct correlation between money invested into the research and a decrease in cancer. It's not happening. One of the authors of the study said, quote, "Our results suggest that cancer care in the United States did not always avert deaths compared to Western Europe. And when did it avert deaths? It often did so at substantial cost," end quote. Now you might be wondering, what were they doing in Western Europe that we weren't doing here? You have a guess? Take a guess.
Well,
what do you think, Dr. McIlwain?
I would suspect they're observing more and less aggressive treatment.
You're so smart.
Lucky.
Prevention, observation. In fact, they used the word observation. They caught it early. There was more prevention efforts made, better prevention methods, catching it early, observation, dialed into it, not so much treatment. The treatment does not seem to bring the death rates down or the incidence of cancer down. What seems to do it is prevention.
It makes a lot of sense, and that's ideally how healthcare is directed.
A Dr. Samir Sonij, I'm probably butchering the guy's name. Sorry. We'll call him Dr. Samir. How about that? Despite sharp increases in spending on cancer treatment, cancer mortality rates in the United States have decreased only modestly since 1970, he said. He said further, "Our results suggest that cancer care in the United States did not always avert deaths compared to Western Europe." And he went on to say the greatest number of deaths averted occurred in cancers for which decreasing mortality rates were more likely to be the result of successful prevention and screening observation rather than advancements in treatment. I'm sure the American Cancer Society doesn't want to hear this. Talking about, because the focus is on what? Treatment.
Correct.
This was published in a journal called Health Affairs. U.S. cancer mortality rates decreased by 12% since 1970, it's reported, compared, are you ready, to a 62% decrease for heart disease. Doing okay with that, but not so much for cancer. With cancer, these kinds of findings have raised questions about the additional value of U.S. cancer care derived from the additional spending, they said, in comparison to the situation in other high-income countries. And they looked between the years between 1982 and 2010 for the 12 of the most common cancers, and they compared the U.S. to Western Europe. So a pretty good study. I mean, I don't know. I'm a little puzzled. I can understand prevention. Let me ask you, I don't throw traditional medicine under the bus on the show. I don't do that. If you had to score on a scale from 1, I always put you in these tough spots. I'm sorry. But if you had to score it from 1 to 10, how well do you think we do in the West, traditional medicine, whether that's the United States or wherever? Let's take the United States. Medicine in the United States, score between 1 and 10 in the promotion of prevention and practicing prevention. Traditional medicine, what do you think?
I think the promotion is probably 6 or 7, pretty good. It's often hard to actually carry out those promotion ideas, and that depends on educating the patient. It depends on the patient's willingness to participate and do some things that often aren't very comfortable, like lose weight or exercise.
Do you think medical students coming out of medical school are more dialed into prevention or more dialed into treatment?
I think the later the medical school graduate, the more they're oriented towards prevention.
Come back. We'll talk more about this and other matters.
made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. During the break, I walked out of the studio. I went for a walk. I wanted to think about what we were talking about, and we closed out that first segment of the show today. And that is this whole idea of prevention. And I was reporting on a study, and this gets to a theme that I want to explore during this portion of the show with my guest, Dr. Harris McIlwain, for whom I have a great deal of regard and respect for the way he practices medicine, the way he has in his own practice. He's talked about this on his show, evolved over the years. Talks a lot about nutrition. He's written books on nutrition, the importance of lifestyle. And he's traditionally trained. He's an allopathically trained physician. He's not a naturopathically trained physician. Allopathically trained. That's traditional medicine. And I had asked him the question, the score from 1 to 10, how he thought medicine in the United States, traditional medicine, was doing with the notion of prevention. And you scored it I
think 6 or 7.
I think, and that's just let's see if I can do this in a way that, because I just don't like to raise issues to be controversial. It's my belief that there's a perception by the public, and I don't have any study in front of me. So I'm what my one statistic professor termed limb walking. Nevertheless, let me try this. It's my belief that the public perception is that traditional medicine is short on prevention, long on treatment. Naturopathic medicine is long on prevention and a little shorter on treatment. That's what I think the perception is.
Well, I think your perception is probably correct. I just don't know because I don't know of any studies. I think generally, from our standpoint, there's a very high intensity urge to do prevention. Now, whether that actually gets taken care of and whether it gets carried out is different. But remember, it takes the cooperation of the patient. It takes planning. It takes a lot of effort to make that actually happen.
That's my point. That's where I was headed next. It's easy for me and others to comment on that perception, and some of the folks just, I think they go too far, and short of burning physicians at the stake, they're blaming them for everything that's wrong with medicine, right? And I think that's grotesquely unfair, because where is the patient responsibility portion of all of that? All that being said, I just wonder if it's too hard for a physician such as yourself. I've been in your office. I'm one of your patients. There are more people in your office than at the Greyhound terminal. I mean, your office is jammed with patients. You're busy. You're a good doctor. Patient. You know, you don't go to a restaurant where you can pick any table you want, and you don't go to a doctor's office where when you walk in there, you close the door and you hear an echo because there's nobody in the place. You want to go someplace where, you know, people are lined up. And so I don't know how much time you would have, even you, as dialed in as you are, to prevention and nutrition. You've written books on this. I don't know how much time practically you have to sit there with George or Martha or anybody else and, you know, spend 20, 30 minutes trying to persuade them that they need to practice some prevention. I don't think you have the time. Well, am I gone too far?
No, but remember that it's not just one visit a lifetime. It's done in little bits, and prevention and responsibility is really best educated a little bit at a time. And the patients have to understand that you believe it's important, and then they have to understand why it's important to them. Things like stopping smoking, you can't really do that in one visit.
So here's what I imagine. A 21st century doctor's office. You walk in and you have a bank of monitors. A bank of them. Half a dozen or more. And you have a menu of topics on that they can watch with a headset or whatever, and you have a lot of video on prevention. And while they're waiting, they can be entertained and educated. And that or a headset with where they, you know, like on airplanes where you plug it into the chair and you can pick channels, and they put the headset on and they can start listening to Dr. McIlwain or Dr. Garko or Dr. No, whoever you put on there, talking about nutrition, whatever. And they sit there and they listen. I mean, my imagination is far out leaps what's practical here. But that's what I just something like that would tell me that, yes, we're dialed into prevention. Because I don't know, you know, I've been in your office, you've cared for me, you've treated me, and you come in, boom. I mean, you got to get to it. You got to ask me what's going on. What are you feeling? I remember, and you're very efficient, and you got people waiting, and so on. You didn't have time to sit there with me. I just didn't see it. And that's not you. It's all doctors. And it's not, you know, they're trying to see as many people they care for as they can. Naturopaths seem to they claim that they spend more time with the patients. I've had them come on my show. Stephen will verify this. Stephen, you hear some of the naturopaths they come on the show, and you've heard them say things like, "Oh, I spend 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes with the patient." I'm not making that up, am I?
Mm-mm. Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what they claim, Dr. McIlwain. I don't know if that's true.
Well, also, the amount of time you spend with the patient varies. Sometimes we spend an hour with the patient. Sometimes we spend 5 or 10 minutes. It just depends on the need. As far as education, in our office, we have TVs that do have prevention.
Great.
2 to 5 minute prevention. A lot of it's related to arthritis in our office, but I assume in other offices those videos are different. The iPad that you can pick up and look at, the education is all good. I think it's not realistic to expect total prevention from the 15-minute office visit.
Right.
The patient just has to do more.
So where does it happen? See, that's my point. Where does that happen?
Well, some of that has to be done outside. For instance, the iPad.
Where?
For instance, book. We have books we give them. Every patient that we have with arthritis.
I couldn't get Dr. McIlwain, I had master's students when I was teaching graduate courses where there's a lot on the line. Hell, it was hard to get them motivated to read.
Patients with arthritis are very motivated. They read.
Pain is a motivator, right?
It is, really.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think that this is where I think traditional doctors they're between a rock and a hard place and end up getting filleted unfairly. Because I just don't know if they have the time to do that kind of educating all the time. I just don't think they have the time.
Well, I think it would be wonderful if we could go back 100 years and spend 2 hours with every patient. But you're right, that's not going to happen. So it has to be very efficient. And I agree with you, and I think it is becoming more efficient. But when a patient walks into the office, they can start looking at a video. That's great. That starts it. But you can't, on one visit, have education on every subject. It's got to be bit by bit.
I agree.
And it's really learned better that way anyway.
I agree with you. It just got me thinking about, it's so nice to talk about prevention, right? Why do you want to talk about prevention? Because we know if you travel on the road to hell long enough, you'll eventually get there. Meaning, commit all that diet and lifestyle sin, and you end up in nutritional and lifestyle hell.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
EGX.com.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is not addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace for a good night's rest naturally.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Prevention, prevention, prevention. It is so nice to talk about that, but it's such a devil to put into practice and to persuade people that prevention is where that has to happen. I don't know if you were listening a couple of weeks ago. He's been on a couple of times now. Dr. Gifford Jones has been on my show. And if you watch Let's Talk Nutrition, they run a commercial on my site during commercial breaks where he's talking about Med-EC Plus. And he's 91. And if you look at that commercial, you can see he's in darn good shape. And Dr. Jones was on, he's been on twice, and I asked him one day about what he attributed his longevity to. And he said, prevention. However, he disclosed on the air, and my producers will tell you, and some of you who already know because you listened, he had a major coronary, Dr. McIlwain, when he was 78. Big time. Heart attack. His cardiologist and other doctors wanted to put him on statin drug. He refused. He declined to the dismay of his cardiologist. And they said, you're going to die. So he was colleagues with Linus Pauling. He had interviewed Linus Pauling. And Linus Pauling convinced him that vitamin C in combination with lysine would serve him well. And Pauling was taking 20 grams of C a day with the commensurate amount of lysine with it. Lysine makes the cell walls. I'll have to look and see exactly what the mechanism of action is, why the lysine is so important to the C, but nevertheless. So Dr. Jones decided he would cut that in half and do 10 grams a day. And he's been taking 10 grams a day with lysine since he was 78. No statin drug, no medications, zero, none. And he claims, and he insists that it was this heavy therapeutic dose of vitamin C that has kept him alive, kept his arteries clean, and he made it to 91. He was just 91 last week. And he's the guy where that line that I used going into those messages. If you travel on the road to hell long enough, eventually you'll get there. The day he said that, because he was talking about prevention and how you need to practice prevention. And I said, but my God, the nutritional sin and lifestyle sin abounds. It's committed all day long, all the time, even good-intentioned people. And then he came up with that quote, well, go ahead and just travel on the road to hell long enough. Eventually you'll get there. He's right. It's a great quote. So I think in theory, it's wonderful to talk about prevention, but trying to get people to do it is another matter.
But that's part of the challenge. It's to educate and make them understand why they need to do that.
I have listeners. They call this show, and that's why I encourage them to do it. 877-897-8255. Like Mildred in, I think she's in Palm Harbor or someplace. Joan, who calls, the nurse, and others. These people that listen to many, there are thousands that listen to this show, and I don't know how many, but these folks are dialed in, Dr. McIlwain. I mean, they're dialed in. They're telling me things sometimes I don't even know. They hear, they read, they really have taken charge of your health, and they really work at it. And they're concerned, and they get upset when they read an article. For example, the one caller called in, and a listener called in and said what was the theme, Stephen? She said that they were, what what was it yesterday? I don't either. I just blanked for some reason. Where they were going back and forth on this issue. I think I can pull that up on my head because I got so much in it. Thank you. It was gluten. She had an article, and she had a bunch of experts. Thank you. One of my technical producers who has taken her fish oil. Memory's improving. She was reading an article, and these experts were going back and forth about gluten. Should you be on it? Should you eat a gluten diet? Should you not eat a gluten-free diet? Going back and forth, and it was people get confused. And you see people, a listener like that struggling with an issue I think is inspiring, don't you?
It is, but it shows they care. It shows they're willing to take the effort and the time and the work to accomplish it.
Have you ever had a patient walk into your office and been blown away by how much they come in and they start telling you about the disease or the disorder from which they're suffering, and they almost know as much or maybe more than you do about this issue? Has that happened?
I think it's great. We enjoy it when people do that, and they just need to get good information.
877-897-8255. All I can tell you is that Dr. Jones is right. Dr. McIlwain is right, and you're right in your thinking about prevention. But prevention doesn't happen at retirement, damn it. It happens today. Today. You have to start today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you have a moment. And I don't care if it's just one little thing. I struggle every day. I'm trying to practice something that is some form of prevention. Now, I don't know. There are no guarantees. But it's better to practice prevention than to live, day in and day out and not pay attention.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the digestive care company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus, for heart health and more. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Wherever and however you may be listening, whatever you may be doing, you can watch the show at letstalknutrition.com, and you can listen to it there as well. 877-897-8255. Now, oftentimes we're very critical of the practice of medicine in the United States, and we think that it's better in other places. I can't tell you my source, but I can tell you this story. Individual driving, ends up in a car accident. Local farmer takes him back to the house, cares for him for 3 days, and guy goes back. This is in England, and goes back and went to see the doctor, and they wanted to do a CT scan. This was recently, as recently as last year. It took, I still don't know if he had the CT. It was ordered, but it was a year that went by and couldn't get in to get a CT scan done. So while we're very critical of what we do here in our country, don't think that it's all great shakes someplace else. CT scan, Dr. McIlwain, would be done in an emergency room, wouldn't it?
Usually.
I mean, that's pretty peculiar, isn't it? I mean, you have to wait and don't even know if the guy got the CT scan or not. So those are the kinds of stories you hear. So before we, jump on the bandwagon to burn down the medical establishment in our country, think twice. 877-897-8255. Dr. McIlwain, when he talked with his patients, oftentimes does emphasize a particular lifestyle feature or factor, and that is sleep. And he and I have discussed it a lot on this show because it is his belief and it is my belief that sleep is a critical lifestyle variable or factor that contributes to successful aging or can contribute to disease or your death. Dr. McIlwain, there's a new study published in the American Journal of Medicine, pretty prestigious journal, and these researchers found a connection between persistent insomnia and increased inflammation and mortality. Here's what one of the researchers in the study said. We hypothesized that insomnia that was persistent over 8 years rather than intermittent insomnia was associated with death, independent of the effects of sedatives, opportunity for sleep, and other confounding factors in a representative sample of general adult community. Researchers found that after adjusting for those confounding variables such as age, sex, body, weight, smoking, hypnotics, and physical activity, subjects with persistent insomnia, are you ready, were 58% more likely to die during the study than subjects with no insomnia, and that mortality was cardiovascular rather than cancer-related. What do you make of that, Dr. McIlwain?
I think it fits with everyone's experience. Sleep is the time when your body restores itself, repairs itself. And over the past few years, it's been apparent that if sleep is not quality, interestingly enough, inflammation gets worse. We see it every day in arthritis patients. Those who sleep well feel better. They have less pain and swelling in the joints. They can do more. Patients who don't sleep well have more inflammation, worsening of arthritis. It's now been connected that inflammation is a part of coronary heart disease, increases the chance of inflammation in the wall of the blood vessel therefore more coronary heart disease. So the connection is poor sleep, more inflammation, higher risk of coronary heart disease and other problems. And I think it fits with what everyone sees.
The mechanism of action here was suggested in this study relative to why the inflammation arises. What they found was the study found that serum levels of C-reactive protein was an independent risk factor for mortality and was higher in the patients who suffered from persistent insomnia. C-reactive protein is an inflammation marker.
Right. It's a marker of inflammation, and it's elevated in arthritis and infection and other things too. But it's thought that that's one of the factors that we can measure that shows there's a higher than normal amount of inflammation in the body.
And you'll hear commercials run on Let's Talk Nutrition for Solus, S-O-L-U-S, Take Solace. And you can visit their website, TakeSolace, SOLUS.com. It's a sleep and relaxation aid dietary supplement, and very effective. Been on the market for a number of years. I have taken it on occasion, and I know it works. It does work. And Dr. McIlwain's very familiar with the product as well. So you might want to consider that. Go to TakeSolace.com. Sold in fine health stores throughout the United States. When you visit that website, Form Essentials makes that product, you'll see that they will give you a list of the places where the product is sold. But if they don't carry it in your health store, ask them to get it for you. And if you visit the website, you'll see the phone number that you can call and so on. TakeSolace.com. Persistent insomnia. Intermittent insomnia, not so much associated with the death risk, but persistent insomnia, chronic insomnia. What was that number? 58% more likely to die. They were 58% more likely to die during the study.
That's really interesting and
unbelievable. I mean, 877-897-8255. So today I'm covering a number of just different topics, because Dr. McIlwain is here, and I love to get his reaction on things, and that one theme about prevention. I can't stress it. I mean, it's one way it's easy to talk. It's easy to talk about, and another way it's difficult. And you hear me on this show emphasize the theme of aging successfully. You are not going to age successfully. There's the difference between usual aging and successful aging. Okay? Usual aging versus successful aging. Usual aging, where you just age and you're sort of just going along, doing nothing. I don't think that's going to work out very well. Successful aging implies a different set of patient responsibilities, one of which is prevention. You will not age successfully if you don't practice prevention. Successful aging doesn't mean medical care is going to save you.
Coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant nutrient. It protects against free radical damage, supports heart function, energy production, and immune response. Aging reduces our ability to absorb CoQ10 from our diet, so supplementing with a highly absorbable form of CoQ10 is the first step to ensuring optimal levels in the body. Secondly, typical CoQ10 supplements are in a ubiquinone or non-reduced form. For the body to use that type of CoQ10, it must first convert it to ubiquinol or the reduced form. QH Absorb is Gero Formula's highly absorbable and bioavailable CoQ10 supplement. Not only is QH Absorb more absorbable than traditional CoQ10 supplements, but as ubiquinol, it's already in a reduced bioavailable form. Your body can use QH Absorb without having to do any conversion work. Ask specifically for Gero Formula's QH Absorb at your favorite vitamin retailer. For more information on QH Absorb, go to Gero.com. That's Jarrow for the best and highly absorbable bioavailable CoQ10 supplements.
Hi, I'm Kate. When I asked my health food store to recommend a natural solution to improve my digestive health, they suggested their best-selling probiotic, Ultimate Flora Critical Care. It has 50 billion live probiotic cultures in every capsule. I was surprised to learn that a poor diet, aging, and even stress can deplete our bodies of billions of good bacteria. That's why I take one Ultimate Flora Critical Care probiotic a day to help maintain my digestive balance, support my immune health, and help keep me regular. And my mother takes Ultimate Flora Senior Formula. It's formulated to help adults 50 and older maintain good digestive health too. It's the Ultimate Flora difference that sold me. Each high-potency, once-daily formula includes strains that are scientifically studied for their specific health benefits. Plus, the delayed-release capsules protect the probiotics from harsh stomach acid. Ultimate Flora probiotics are available at health food stores everywhere. From Renew Life, the digestive care experts.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971. And we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Xenia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Xenia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Xenia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Xenia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Xenia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, collagen, and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you are strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Xenia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Xenia by name. Start taking Xenia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract. Available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit Kyolic.com. That's KYOLIC.com. Or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natural Factors, where great health begins. Right Way Nutrition. Nutrition the right way. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN Health Question of the Day, sponsored by BDCUSA.com. You have the correct answer, you'll win a $25 supplement gift card. All good. So I was just reporting on a study looking at persistent insomnia, otherwise chronic insomnia. And they were able to calculate a mortality risk rate that was associated with chronic insomnia. Here's the question. During the course of the study, what percent, what was the likelihood, let me put it that way, what was the likelihood of people during the study, that the likelihood that they were going to die because of correlated with the persistent insomnia? In other words, persistent insomnia was correlated to what extent to dying during the study. That's not making that up. 38% likelihood, a 58% likelihood that they were going to die during the study, or a 68% likelihood that they were going to die during the study because of the correlated with chronic insomnia. 877-897-8255. And we keep looking for all of these, Dr. McIlwain, we keep looking for all of these exotic therapies, treatments, and whatnot. And you should just say to somebody, why don't you go home and go to bed?
Or get some quality sleep.
Get some quality sleep. Of course, you would be more rhetorically sensitive than I would. You would say, Bob, why don't you just go home and get some sleep? I can't imagine you ever talking like that. Yeah. We can't, again, this whole business of the fountain of youth, it's not just one fountain. There's many fountains. Right, Dr. McIlwain?
That's really a good point.
There are many fountains. When you look at diet and lifestyle and all of the variables associated with diet and lifestyle, it's inexhaustible. There's so many fountains. Man, sleep is one of them.
It's an important one.
It's critical. Try Solace, S-O-L-U-S, by the way, if you're having some insomnia issues. Give it a try. Go to their website, takesolace.com. I'm going to add another piece to this prevention business. That distinction I made between usual aging and successful aging, I must give attribution to Rowe and Kahn. They did that. They made that distinction back in 1987, Dr. McIlwain. They were one of the first researchers to start talking about successful aging compared to usual aging. And they distinguished those two groups of non-diseased older persons, a usual aging group that is non-pathological but is at high risk, compared to a successful aging group that it's low risk and high function. And they were trying to make that distinction. By making that distinction, they centered on that the long-standing held belief that usual aging is determined by intrinsic aging processes. And back then it was believed that genetics was accounting for most of the variance. They concluded that successful aging was not about primarily genetics, but it was about, one, successful aging meant a low probability of disease and disease-related disability, having high capacity for cognitive and physical functioning, and active engagement with life, including interpersonal relations and productive activity. That's how they conceptualized successful aging. And they believed that not only can you prevent diseases with a successful aging model, they went one step further. They said you can even reverse some of them. Your thoughts?
All those points are valid, and we see in our practice those who practice them have success. I think that the idea of successful aging that you just explained so well is very important.
So it's pretty clear now at this point in time, since 1987, that seems like a long time ago it was, that usual aging and the risk associated with it for adverse health events could, in fact, be preventable and reversible. Preventable and reversible. And I have in front of me on my computer an article, and I want to give them credit. It's by Schneider et al. There are a bunch of other ones on there, Alexander, Salerno, and so on. And they wrote a terrific article this was a while back in 2002. Title of the piece was Disease Prevention and Health Promotion in the Aging with a Traditional System of Natural Medicine. I had a reason why I was talking to you today about traditional medicine. People who are critical of traditional medicine need to know that traditional medicine can, in fact, practice a successful aging model with patients. I've seen you do it. You do it. You've written books on nutrition and so on. And I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but I mean, that's what I see you doing in your practice.
Well, we hope everyone wants to do prevention because prevention is so critical.
It's preventable and reversible. Let's go to Tampa, and who do you have? Liz. In that study, hi Liz, in that study on persistent insomnia, what was the likelihood that people in that study who were suffering from chronic insomnia, what was the likelihood of them dying during the study because of the correlated with their persistent insomnia? Was it 38%, 58% likelihood that they would die, or a 68% likelihood?
I think it was 58%.
That's right, 58%. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you get enough sleep and rest?
No.
Me either.
But I work on it.
I know, you got to work at it, right?
Yes.
Simple thing to do, but isn't it amazing how those simple things are sometimes so difficult to work into our lives, huh?
Absolutely, yes.
Well, thank you for listening. We appreciate it, and congratulations on winning your $25 supplement gift card.
Thank you very much.
It's our pleasure. Dr. McIlwain, it's always a pleasure to have you in studio and your contribution, your insights as a practicing physician. You're in the trench every day. I'm just a talk show host. This is more in the abstract for me than it is for you. So,
well, it's been very enjoyable.
Always enjoy having you here, and I know the listeners love you. Practice prevention. Why? Because your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take